Hi, Robert Souza here with Milestone Mortgage Solutions, and today I'm sitting with Rebecca from Realty One Group Executives out of Smithfield. Rebecca, I want to hear everything.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, yeah,
I'm
you're
excited.
Good. So, let's start off with talking about how you got into real estate. I'd love to know, like, what, from the beginning, like getting your license, where you went, what you did, and how you've come to where you are so far.
That's a good question.
Okay.
I feel like this is how like older generations feel when they tell like a story about their childhood. So I started about 15 years ago, before we had Facebook and all this free marketing and advertising that we now have. So 15 years ago, I was at the time a stay-at-home mom, and I was bored. So I had family that was looking for investment property, and they worked a lot. They couldn't get around to it. So I went out and found a buyer's agent, which we didn't really have as much at the time.
Was this kind of when like the whole, because it was usually just like a listing agent at one point, right?
Yeah. Yep. So it was before buyer agency contracts, or about around the same time. So I helped family buy investment property, and I just loved it. I loved everything about it. And I started out volunteering for the broker, who's actually still in business. He's an awesome guy. And I would volunteer with him on the weekends. And I would help him with a home inspection or an appraisal or an open house. And I got my license and worked in between raising 3 kids.
Got it. So you say volunteering, you were probably just trying to learn as much as you could, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. He let me like shadow him on appointments and see what a home inspection was like and an appraisal, and I absolutely loved it.
I think that's like the best way to learn, though.
Yeah.
Like when I got into the industry, it was like, go find somebody to do those actions with, not like somebody that you work with, but your own client,
right?
And then you get that experience. But by the time you're in it, you're like, well, what the hell am I, what the hell do I do now that I'm here, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Awesome. So your first stop was, what was the company?
I worked for a large brokerage that's still in operation today.
Got it, okay.
That was like the big training umbrella.
Okay, got it. And
no
then,
names.
Okay, good enough. So
protecting the names of the innocent. I'm just kidding.
How many stops before you said, all right, I'm opening up my own, like enough's enough. It's time to do me, myself, and I.
4.
4, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of different perspective, right?
Yeah.
Because I know every company runs their shop differently.
Yeah.
Just like every agent runs their business
right.
differently. And I'm sure that like there's just so much to learn, and only so much you can learn from like one place to another, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, and how long have you been with Realty One Group now?
So we opened a month into COVID, April 15th of 2020.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was just like a nuts year for everybody.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't have a grand opening. I couldn't have like a big celebration. I couldn't
No
have agents in the office, no ribbon cutting. That, oh my gosh, if I would have done that and put it on social media, that would have been bad.
Yikes.
So, yeah, no.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the biggest struggles that you have now that you're the broker?
Yeah. I think for me, and I can only speak for myself and our company, I think having people come together has been a struggle. And being the broker, I deal with all of the issues now. And some of my past roles, I would deal with them too, but now this is at a bit of a larger scale. And one of my missions is we can all win. I am probably the most competitive person like ever. But we can all win. Like there's enough for all of us. And I think one of the hardest things that I've seen is how many people have issues with that, or personalities kind of get in the way of, well, my client this and my client that. Like, okay, we all have the same end result. We all want to close.
Yeah.
So let's figure that out. Let's work to get there. But there's enough for everybody. The scarcity mentality kind of drives me crazy. Because though we're the tiniest state, there's enough business. You know, I can compete with you and still shake your hand at the closing.
Yeah.
We can still be friends, but I'm gonna kick your ass. Can I swear on this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So,
Unfiltered.
is it like having that dynamic like under your umbrella that is like your biggest struggle? Like finding people that kind of believe in that kind of culture where it's like, you know, we don't need to, you know, lose our professional relationship over a transaction.
For me, it's coming together with other brokers to have that conversation. And there's been others that I've reached out to. And I've
so
messaged.
Not even like under Realty.
No,
You're talking...
not our office. I mean the whole industry. Yeah, not our office. The best office ever. Duh. No, it's within our industry as a whole. You know, and I've reached out to other brokers too to say, hey, though we're competitors, I have much love, much respect for you, and I want to see you win just as much as I want my company to win. So it's really just the issues that kind of arise and, you know, the natural reaction of, I'm just going to get a lawyer. Oh, okay. Let me know how that goes.
I got it. I'm trying to understand like what you would be reaching out to them about. So it sounds like maybe if there was like a conflict with the transaction between one and another, like you're trying to just, got it. Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating. Because there's so many personalities in this pot. Oh man. Okay, yeah. So when it comes to your like target demographic for people that you're looking to do business with, is there something that you're looking for or something that you're not looking for when you think about, you know, who you would love to do business with under the Realty One Group Executives umbrella?
For me, I am a non-competing broker. So I don't target or go after buyers and sellers. My, I guess, target audience, if you will, are realtors or agents. Those are my clients. You know, for our office and the culture that we're building, I want good people. And again, it kind of goes back to the mentality that you can be an awesome salesperson. You can kill it without being unprofessional or ruthless to your competitors. Kindness goes so far. Yeah. And so for me, it's great salespeople that want to be part of what we're building, because we're all building it together, and that are good salespeople.
Got it. And maybe like morals over money, maybe.
Culture is number one. And a lot of studies that actually exist, you think that commissions are the most important thing to agents, and it's actually not. Culture. I believe
that. I believe that. Yeah. You know, I've met a lot of people from a lot of places, and you know, it means so much more when you have a network of people that you feel comfortable with, that are actually there to support you and like get you through whatever you're going through, whether it's you're feeling stale in the marketplace or you're having a hard time with a specific person that you're dealing with, or a co-broke, whatever it is, right? Like support and culture is something that like you can't really put a dollar sign on. You can't. And it's huge. It's like I think one of the biggest things that people, especially if you're a newer agent too, right? Because you don't know what you don't know, and I feel like most companies, when you walk in the door, they are right, like your clients. So you're trying to sell them. Everybody's trying to sell them, and they all have their pitch. And I think, you know, some of them probably fall flat. Okay? Yeah. And I'm talking from experience, you know, just knowing other people and hearing different stories. And some people actually are there to follow through, right? And follow through and build that culture, build that. And that like speaks more than like, you know, any dollar sign could. It does, I think, personally. So cool. So what are some of your goals that you're focusing on in this new year that you're hoping to achieve?
So for this year specifically, we are, I can tell you a secret, we're opening up a second location. Yeah, so that is
big.
The goal I can disclose.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Okay. I won't tell anybody.
Yeah, so a second office. Really, really excited about that.
Yeah, cool. What
Yeah.
are some of your expectations for it?
Again, culture.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be very different. One of the hashtags actually for Realty One Group is untraditional. And when I was looking for a franchise, and I noticed that, I said, oh my gosh, like this is my place. I am so not traditional. I don't like it. I think it's boring. I think it's mundane, and there's so many ways to do business. So for that second location, it's going to be much larger than our current office. So we really want that to be a centralized hub for our clients, agents.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
I got 2 more questions. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
One is, we talked about how support and all that really comes into play. So when you are working with one of your clients, okay, a real estate agent that's coming to your brokerage, what is it that you offer to them, and what do you personally offer and through the company that is going to help them grow, scale their business, and be able to make more of this than wherever they came, or if they're just starting off, because these are 2 different things, right? Because you're not always getting the person that is like, I just got my license, I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes you get the person that's doing 10, 12, 20 deals a year that wants to get to 30, 40, 50.
Yeah.
So like those are 2 different, so maybe walk me through both and what you do and what you offer to really get these people where they want to go.
Oh, that's a good one. You're really making me think. It's Monday. No.
You didn't think I was going to go either.
Jeez. I'll tell you the alphabet. No. So I think it's a lot of coaching. And in my experience throughout the 15 years, it's kind of, I've been able to pick apart the holes that other offices or brokerages don't offer, and that's okay. To come up with our office and our structure. So the biggest thing for me is that I'm a coach to our agents, and I kind of meet them where they're at. So whether that's their production, whether that's them kind of being stuck where they are mentally, emotionally. So that might be the brand new agent that's just coming in that has absolutely no clue. So we have an amazing coaching mentor program for them. But they also have access to me as their broker, and I meet with every one of our agents every year, and we set up goals. And part of that goal setting is not just, hey, how many houses do you want to sell? It's, why do you want to sell this many houses? Why do you want to impact so many other families? And what is your true passion? Why are you here? And, we dive down into like numbers, because numbers don't lie. But a lot of it is meeting people where they are and coaching them. Sometimes it's stern. Sometimes it's a hug. Sometimes it's, what are you doing? But I'm there as their coach, and I'm there as a resource to them. We have great support staff, great administrative staff that really takes a lot of my workload off, so I can be there for our agents. So I'm in the office every day. They come in, I see them, and I feel like that's been really important to our agents. And the biggest feedback that I've gotten from our current agents is that Rebecca is always there for me. So I don't think it matters where you are from a sales perspective. My reputation and my history shows that. That's exactly what I do with agents. I coach them, and I take them from a team that's doing 25 transactions to 100 in 1 year. And our numbers from year over year have also reflected that. We've grown 761% in 1 year. So, those are big numbers.
If that was a stock, I would invest in it.
Sorry, no investors.
Cool, but you said something that clicked with me. Like, it's not just, hey, we got this cool tech and we got this stuff. It's like bringing it down to such a granular level to find out, I think one of the most important things is like, what is your why? Like, what is that why? Because at the end of the day, like, that's what's gonna motivate people. Like
It
like
is.
acknowledging that, being able to like put all those pieces together and then
Yeah.
follow that path, and having that why
Right.
to reflect on,
Mhm.
to remember, why they're doing this in the first place.
Yeah, because it gets hard. There are really hard days, and there might be days where they don't have anything in the pipeline, they haven't closed a transaction, their bank account is getting low, they're feeling the pressure, they're feeling the stress, and that's where your why comes in.
Yeah.
It's not just some cliche saying. It truly is something you have to know, so that when you fall under hard times, or you're really saying, why am I doing this? And all the self-doubt and all that self-negative talk that
Yeah.
we all have,
Yep.
you have to know why you're doing this to kind of combat that. To
Right.
know, I'm doing this for a legacy for my children. I'm doing this to help agents and help more families. So once you know that and you can answer that question, it's easier when the negative self-talk comes in. It's like, you know what? It's easier if I just quit. No, it's not.
Got it. Awesome. Awesome. Good points. So the last thing is, maybe share something that somebody wouldn't know about you. And I know we talked about it, so you got something to jump to if you can't think of anything else. And I don't want to say it for you, but
So I'm gonna say that I think I'm a super boring person. Like, I would love to be like, hey, I can play the ukulele with my toes. I would love to have some really fun hidden talent. But I don't. I'm a mom and I work. Like, that's my two lives. But I guess something people wouldn't know that maybe my friends know, I was a cheerleader for years. And my goal in life was to either be an NFL football cheerleader or a lawyer. I know, crazy.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that last
I was
bit
in
there.
competitions, and it's funny. I think that I have kind of accomplished the goal of being a cheerleader, because I think that's my role. I don't have the cute outfits.
I could see that.
Yeah.
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 As somebody's coach,
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like at the stands, it's a valuable position even if people don't realize it.
I think we need cheerleaders in baseball, but
that would be interesting.
I don't know why we don't have them.
It's
And
such a
hockey.
slow kind of dry sport. I feel
You need a cheerleader for that reason.
Yeah.
Hockey is too cold, but yeah, we need cheerleaders.
Hockey's got enough action, I think. Hockey's pretty good. Hockey's one of the sports I love to go see.
True.
You get to see them throw up their gloves, and it's like,
Yeah.
That's a fun.
What
What I sign up for? This is great. Yeah.
But you can't have a cheerleader; it's just too cold.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That
Poor
wouldn't.
thing.
It wouldn't make any sense. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for
I
having
appreciate
me.
your time.
Thank you.
All right.